Hi, everyone. Welcome to this tight little cozy session of ours. Sorry for the spread out. Feel free to come up. We are going to get started. And this session is about visualizing your faculty data now and tomorrow. So I am Packers Fuller with Elsevier, and this is my colleague Iqbal from the University of Arizona.
Everybody.
We are going to talk in this session about why visualizing faculty data, how is the University of Arizona leveraging data from Interfolio FAR system and other systems to demonstrate faculty impact. We're going to cover both a profiling system, a faculty profile system, and a tool called K-Map, which lets you explore the whole set of assets at an institution. And then we're going to talk about how Elsevier is helping institutions demonstrate faculty impact using data from Interfolio faculty activity reporting with more of an out-of-the-box solution. Okay, so what might be some of the benefits to faculty, of investing in faculty showcasing? Your faculty are burdened with a whole lot of high priority work, and they really don't want to be constantly updating departmental websites separate from this exercise of annual activity reporting and telling their institution what they did. They want to be able to demonstrate their contributions to students, to the institution, and their contribution to the literature and society and knowledge. Faculty profiles allow you to tap into collaboration and expertise across your faculties, across your colleges in a consistent way, to form research teams, to win grant proposals, whatever the use case might be. And these tools enable PR and marketing teams to promote work to funders, to corporations, partners, donors, et cetera. There's also many benefits to the institution separate from the benefits to an individual faculty members, such as promoting the institution's contributions to corporate sponsors, funders, and endowments, and demonstrating the contribution to students. And it's also an institutional goal to get their colleges to collaborate more and win more grants and things like that. So as you approach this, each institution, there's such a variety of institutions in the community. There's small institutions, there's large institutions, there's people in the middle. One way to go about this is to take on custom development projects, to hire your own and then get exactly the solution that you're looking for your particular goals. And another way to do that might be to look at out-of-the-box software that automatically connects to your activity reporting system, automatically pulls that data out, and creates a showcase for your faculty that's configurable and customized to your brand, but one that doesn't add additional burden to and labor to manage that. So we're going to talk about these two different goals, and there's no one right solution, right? Depending on your institution, that you have to map the right type of solution to your needs. And so we're just going to present those both, and then as ideas and to foster ideas and thinking for you. So I'm going to introduce my colleague, my good friend here, Iqbal from the University of Arizona, who's going to talk to you about Knowledge Map.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Iqbal Hassan. I'm Director of Research Data Science at the University of Arizona. So the application we are building called Knowledge Map of University of Arizona, in short K-Map. K-Map connects varieties type of research-related metadata and analyze them, building application for student, researcher, community, faculty member, administrators. And when I mention research-related metadata, that includes publication, patents, proposal, CV, biodata, coursework, all kind of things you can imagine that we are collecting from many sources and bringing in one place at the university. So why we are doing that? Couple of main reasons that the big or large university are very distributed, silo, and it's really difficult to keep track everybody's expertise. So how do you find a people? How do you find a expert at the university for varieties type of reason? And they are continuously changing their research interest. How do you keep track those? They move from this university to that university. How do you keep track of all the updated? Right? Those all are challenging things. Think about when you want to build a very multidisciplinary large project, how do you collect a team member to do that, right? So we are doing that in K-Map. The second thing is we are trying to understand the science of science on campus, how we collaborate within the campus, right? So it's not like showing the data. We need to analyze those to find those kind of gaps or opportunity from within the university. And lastly, we know AI is here, so we need a preparation to use data to leverage our large language model, generative AI, to build the application within the university. So here is our data source, of course. I want to thank to Interfolio, because Interfolio is one of the big data set for us. And we see many data sources. From Interfolio, we collect publication, we collect researcher biography, books, and research interest. But we have many other sources. We're collecting data. None of the sources are complete, so collecting many sources and aggregate it in one place. So the first step we do once we have the data to build the collaboration network for the university. So that is the extraction of the all kind of connection between people to people, researcher to researcher, why they collaborate, right? It's not only just publication. We look patent, we look grants, we look proposal, even we look the paid proposal. That's an interesting thing, because that's the sign of collaboration. Even though the proposal might not get accepted, we extract all of the data and try to understand how the collaboration work within the university. So this is nice, cool picture, but problem is this is so much information. We call hairball. We cannot use it. So we come up with the idea that you can interact with this complex information. So one of the things we did, we built a map. So this is the knowledge map of a university. What it is we create an artificial boundary based on the department size, and we compute their position, optimize their position based on their research work, and create a layer of map so that we can put more information on top of the map. We can optimize the position of the people so that other information makes sense. All right, so this is the map. It looks like Google Map. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can do a lot of things on that. So once you zoom out, then you will start to see the people. So in any time, you can see the list of the people with the different font size. The font size has some meaning. And in a one shot, you can see the all important people at the university. It's like a state of United States, right? It's in the map, geographic map. And you can click on somebody's name, and you can see what type of collaboration they do within the department and outside of the department. And the left side, we show all the details, information that we collected from the researcher. A couple of important features that definitely searching expert, searching metadata, we highlight department summary, we bring a very rich faculty profile because we bring news, we bring student work, we bring the coursework, biography, all kind of general thing as well. So all things are in one place. Faculty member, they can log in and they can mark if they have any opportunity for a student. This is a great solution for the student teacher ecosystem that the students find very difficult to find their opportunity. What are the opportunity I have? So when the PI, co-PI, they can log in and they can mark their project that I am hiring for this project, or there are some capstone project or some voluntary opportunity available, and they can find from the map. So another reason is why do this question I always need to answer this, why do we build map? Because we want to see bigger picture, not only narrow, tiny record, but we want to see the bigger picture. That is another reason that you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can feed the information on top of the map like weather map. There are many other features that we have built in last couple of years. Few of them, I'll give a second to look. All right, what makes K-map unique? To me, it has capabilities to capture the data from internal and external source. That's one of the very big thing, because within the organization, we have a lot of information that is very little or unused information. So we get those information and bring it here. We have very fancy visualization. We use a lot of modern data science and tools and technology to harvest this data, process this data. We use large language model in this process. And one of the beauty of this system is, since it is connected with the HR system, it's always up to date. That means if some new faculty member joins at the university, instantly automatically we build their profile and bring it K-map. So we have a lot of data from many sources, and we took opportunity to use AI more better. So there's a couple of examples that how we are using AI in K-map. We predict every researcher's research interest. That's huge because there is no complete system where all researchers have profile and all researchers mention their research interest, right? So in K-map, we make those things uniform by using large language model and using their paper, using their project, their proposal to extract and understand to their research interest. That is going to display, and it is searchable in K-map. The second thing we do is when a PI, co-PI receives a project, then we have metadata about the project. We have metadata about the profile, about the PI. We use two set of metadata and use large language model to generate an automatic grants news feed and send them for the review. It's automatic process. So send them for the review, and when they like, they just click a button or they can edit it, and it get published to K-map, and it enhance their profile that is automatically gets connected with the profile. We build a RAG system to answer natural question about the university, research, all kind of areas. So we collect all kind of web pages from the university's website, 20,000 of web pages, and then we use all of the data for everybody's and bring in one place, do vectorization, do semantic search, and build a RAG system within the university's infrastructure, so that somebody can ask about a researcher or research area, they can ask about a facilities, they can ask about a policy question, rules and regulation, other resource lab, all kind of questions they can ask with the natural question. Because the time has changed, and nobody have time to look 10, 20 pages to get their answer. They want to ask a question, and we should give the answer. And when somebody asks question, we give the answer, and we give the source. This is the source, so that they can verify the answer. Okay. So last year, we recorded 1.2 million of interaction on top of the map. So you will see all that department, you see all people, they navigate the university's research landscape. And it is coming from 41,000 unique users from within the Arizona and also from outside of the Arizona. Couple of other use cases. There are many internal departments they are using K-map. International students are using K-map to find their potential professor. Community member, they are finding university expert. New faculty member, when they join, they don't know anything about the campus. Then how do they start collaborating, right? So they are using K-map to kind of understanding their department activities, overall whole university's activities, finding their own collaborators. Okay, So the K-map is live in kmap.arizona.edu. I'll give it a second to write it down. And I have a small video to play with. So this is kmap.arizona.edu/map, and you are looking the map from very top level. And when we start zoom in, then you can see all the departments here. The size of the polygon represent how big is the department, and anytime you can see the important people at the university. When you click a department, a polygon, then you can see the internal connection within the department. But if you click a person, then you can see all the connection within the campus, outside of the campus. You can see why this collaboration happening. And there are different type of collaboration within campus and outside of the, within the department and outside of the department. And in the left side, you can see all kind of data we collected about the researcher. That includes their citation, their internal collaborators. They are the current project. Those are coming from many sources. This is the recent work. This is the course they teach, and this is the student list of the thesis they supervise. So it's not like individual information living here and there, bring in one place and showing the all accomplishment of the faculty member in one place. There is a search button. You can search many things. For example, if you search a research topic, then you can find what the people, what the other work about this research topic, what are the other research topic connected with this research topic, there are recent grants about the topic, all kind of things. And this is not only topic. You can search with some language, search with some company, or you can combine multiple research area in the search engine, in the search query. And you can see why this person is popping up in the search result. That's the explanation. Yeah. So you can not only research topic, you can search with, you can search a people, a department, a college, a funding agency. For example, this is National Science Foundation. And if I click on National Science Foundation, then this is the overall picture, how National Science Foundation funded all throughout the whole university. And you see, this is one side, this is in the one side of the map, because the position of the department is meaningful. This is the citation of a whole university, where is the most cited people lives at the university. So you can have opportunity to correlate multiple pieces of information on top of the map. For example, you can show your money and citation or some other impact and throughout the whole campus, and it helps to understand the bigger picture of the campus. Okay, all right. I'm going to hand over to Pat.
Thank you, Iqbal. That is pretty cool. That is, I go to a lot of conferences about faculty profiling and doing this, and that's the coolest thing I've seen in the entire industry, I think. So yeah, all right, and I'm not even going to try to match that. All right, so what I wanted to talk about was a solution that we have had for quite some time. So Elsevier has had this product called Pure. It's actually a research management system. You can go very deep and analyze your research, but you may not be that kind of school. You may be the kind of school that, well, maybe we have a dean of research, but we don't have a lot of funding. We're not that research active. We would like to showcase our faculty. Our faculty primarily teach, and they do have scholarship and a lot of service, and that's what we have. So if you're in that category, we have a product called Interfolio Web Profiles. It doesn't require you to run an entire different research management system. It doesn't require an Office of IT project. And it's a technology. So these are examples of like the variety of how the websites could look for your institution. My point here is this is proven technology. It's used all around the world and all across the country. This is an example of an institution, Providence College, who has essentially said, just take the data to my FAR system, just get it out on the web, give me a nice search technology, let me visualize my faculty, let me search across it, I want some consistency across all the colleges. I don't want 12 different departmental websites that can't be with one search engine. I want one search engine. I want a nice looking author profile. I want it on my branded domain, providence.edu. What is the use case? The primary use case is identifying expertise, right? Finding somebody to, who has done this kind of work. Elsevier has a fingerprint engine. It's a technology that will look at the abstracts, the articles, the grants, the teaching activities, and use that to get a sense of matching people in the search results based on what you're looking for. And it also includes collaboration tools by visualizing the collaboration map. Not only the internal collaboration, like who has this person collaborated with on campus, but also externally. So, we're looking for somebody who has collaborated with, Harvard or a certain hospital or a certain country. And just, keeping it simple, what does it do? It takes data out of your faculty activity reporting system, like profile information, biography, position, photo, that's already in your FAR system, activities like scholarship, awarded grants, and teaching. And then you can say, okay, take it all for all colleges, take all the persons, or you can say, no, this department doesn't want to be visible, hide them for a little bit, they haven't cleaned up their data yet in FAR, or there's an individual person or an individual activity, you can go into FAR and mark those and say, we don't want that to be public. What do we do with that data? Yes, we bring it out to the web. Yes, we create profiles for the for the institution, the department, the colleges, and the persons. But we also enrich those profiles. So I don't know if you've gone in and looked at a lot of FAR records, but they're kind of thin, right? There's just like the minimum amount of text. There's often not an abstract of the publication. There's often not a link to a link to find the publication. There's no citation information. There's no information about sometimes there's information about the collaborator, sometimes there's not. And those are all things that our technology adds, because one of the things Elsevier is good at is if you tell us the article, we have lots of metadata about that article. We can link to things like citations. We can find out if that publication was cited by policy documents and things like that. And this is a sort of turnkey solution, meaning you've put all your time and energy in getting FAR started. Interfolio Web Profiles is meant to be one where, other than like connecting us with the person who runs your university domain, if you want this to publish on your university domain, that's the total extent of IT involvement that should be required for Interfolio Web Profiles, because basically we help you build a website, we help you configure it, and we host and run it 24/7. I'm going to do a quick little live demo. Oh, go back. There we go. All right. So can we switch over to my live demo, Mr. Helper? Okay, thank you. All right. So first of all, I wanted to start with a music and drama institution, because I want to make sure that it's very clear that these are solutions that are not just oriented towards publication-heavy STEM fields, but this is also a solution. This is Guildhall School of Music and Drama. I think it's in the UK. They use the solution. They use it to showcase their performances, their scholarly works, and things like that. This is an example of Providence College. I mentioned it before. As you can see, they look at it as their faculty directory across the campus. You can click down into departments and programs. You can click and see everyone's grants. You can see everyone's service, or you can search and look at individual persons. This is North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. These ones that I'm showing right here, the Providence and NCAT, all the data came out of FAR. These are basically like web representations of FAR data with Interfolio Web Profiles. This is just to show you like color and different, but this is actually a full research management system. And let's go to the author profile page, or the academic profile page. This is a made-up demo page, but like just to give you the format and the layout of the faculty profile page. So this is a very famous academic, Virginia Apgar. You can see there's her research interests, her education and academic qualifications. We can see that immediately from this fingerprint, we can see that she's done most of her scholarly work in the area of neonatal infant care, congenital malformations, and cesarean sections. And the Apgar score was named after her, so she's even published in that area. These are the awards that she received during her lifetime. And these are the scholarly contributions and publications, 55 articles that she published, and these are the 6 professional service activities. This is made up, but like, for example, whatever service activities are in your activity reporting system would come immediately out onto the web profile. This is not, this Penn State is actually using the full Pure, and so this is not, this is just an example of another author profile page, but you can see what the research interests, what a clinical position would look like in terms of external positions, being members of a task force or working on a commission or anything like that, anything that's, put it in the system. This is, an expression of clinical interests and teaching educational interests. You can see that this person, Allison, has done most of her work in the area of mammography and radiology and MRI. And you can see from this person's collaboration map that she has done most of her scholarly collaboration, whether it's awards or scholarship in the US, a little bit with what looks like Turkey or Azerbaijan or something like that. And these are her 43 publications, and these are the prizes that she won as a distinguished educator. And you can click on each of these records and go to another page where the record is described. So if there's a description or an abstract of the prize, of the publication, there's a page for every, to go into the details of that. Here's another example author profile page, and what it shows is that this person, Vita, is more in the cardiology space, ischemic stroke. But you can see immediately that this person has a collaboration network that is quite international, right? You can see the vast majority of the data points are global. So I guess the field of cardiology does a lot of studies or whatever where you're doing a survey where the participants in the research project might be global. And again, here's this person's 89 publications, and this particular person hasn't listed any service activities. So what you will notice is that you can also see the collaboration network. So this is a tab to show collaboration map. So you can see right away, it's not as elegant as KMAP at University of Arizona, but you can look and delve into the collaboration network of this particular author. You can see who else she has collaborated with and which other institutions external to Penn State she has collaborated with. So you can sort of get a sense of, maybe this person's a good person to talk to about a project or maybe not. And there's also a button here called Similar Profiles where our technology tries to figure out if this person, Vita, is not available for the project you're looking for, well, let me click here on Similar Profiles. Maybe these other doctors are potentially have a profile that's close to Vita's and so may be available for the project that you're thinking about. So anyway, that's it. The only other thing, one of the things I wanted to show was that once we match a publication to Elsevier's databases, we can then bring other information. So if you go to, I just wanted to see if I can go back to her publication list. Publications. Okay, so on the research output page, you can call that research output. You can call it scholarly works or publication, whatever you want to call it. You'll notice that on this list of publications, there are these graphical things on the right-hand side. And what they're meant to be is indicators of engagement with the scholarly work. So they could be things like citation information. Look at this paper that this person, Vita, has published. It got 603 citations in the academic literature and 4,000 engagements outside. So right here you can see these are all the different ways that, well, she published in Lancet Neurology, and it's about systematic analysis for burden of disease. But clearly, this article has impacted society because there's all these policy documents that are citing her research work. So not only has she had academic significance in her work, but you can see that she's had some kind of impact on society because all these news articles are talking about her research or linking to her research, and all these policy documents are citing her research papers. So that's something, right? That's a way of expressing, something about this faculty member's impact. So anyway, that's how it works. So there's two different, so just to wrap it up, we've shown you two different ways about it. One is a highly customized solution. One is a packaged solution. One is kind of focused on limiting, just get my FAR data out there. The other is is more tailored to bringing data sources together from across the enterprise. And and then so food for thought as you think about what's right for your institution. If you have any questions, we're both here for that. I don't know how much time we have, but.